coming at you live from the sunny beaches of Southern California. With your host, Crab Rangoon. And on music, Larry and the Prawns. It's the Late Night Show with Crab Rangoon.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Late Night Show with Crab Rangoon. It's been a while since we had one of these, our last guest being good old Quantum TV. Boy, what a shit show that was, right? Boy, so, how about that Palworld, huh? Who would have thought that all you need to do to show up Pokemon was give them a gun? Nah, but seriously, it really is an amazing achievement for the devs. I mean, they even talked about how they didn't really have any experience developing games and were kind of just figuring it out as they went along. Kind of like how this channel started. Yes, Palworld has been a massive success, but our guest tonight is a little miffed about Palworld, so please put your hands together for notorious Nintendo fanboy, HARMAN Smith. So, Mr. Smith, you seem to have a problem with Palworld. So much so you're going out of your way to attack people who simply enjoy the game. And furthermore, you actually started posting on Twitter due to the success of the game. You want to go ahead and tell exactly why you're so opposed to a game of this caliber, especially considering it doesn't even threaten Nintendo's IP since it's, not available on the Switch to begin with? I'm sure you have absolutely reasonable and coherent arguments.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
So last night I did a warning stream talking about Palworld, the game that the indie YouTube scene is pretending is like gonna be the Pokemon killer, is gonna be some big thing. It has 500,000 concurrent players on Steam. It's sold over 1 million copies. It's over for the Pokemon company. It's over for Nintendo, right? I talked about what people were gonna do, and I was right.
Okay, now hold on there, Harmon, because I just gotta ask. Why are you so desperate to gaslight everyone into thinking whenever there's a non-Nintendo game everyone loves, they're pretending? No one ever said Palworld is going to kill off Pokemon. As long as Nintendo has morons like you who will, to this day, defend trash like Sword and Shield, they'll be fine. And it's not like Palworld is an exact one-to-one copy of Pokemon. It's actually more like Ark Survival Evolved, but with a monster catching mechanic. And we don't have to pretend it's some big thing. It is. It's so big that you had a meltdown stream about it, damage controlling the entire situation. Let's be clear here. The only thing you're right about is that you streamed the night before.
Like, all day long, we were bombarded with ridiculous notions that, like, oh, this game is a masterpiece. Oh, look at me play this game. Oh, look at how great it is.
Whoa. Who called it a masterpiece? Because I don't think I've seen a single person say that. People are praising the game because it's fun, but no one's calling it the next Witcher or Deus Ex. But go ahead, Harmon, show that straw man who's boss. Maybe one day you'll actually bring up receipts to your point.
And now that the hype session is over, much like Temtem before it, the game is completely forgotten. It is dwindling in popularity.
Interesting thesis statement. Why don't we put that to the test? Because I'm looking at the community hub for Palworld on Steam right now on a Monday in the late morning, and oh my, what's this? It still has over 500,000 people currently playing. Ouch. Not exactly an indicator of it being forgotten now, is it? But then again, you're the same guy who said From Software would never bring Armored Core back, so I guess you're used to being demonstrably wrong.
more and more people are starting to notice, like, what's going on. The game is being shilled. You know, YouTubers aren't exactly the biggest advocates for game quality anyway, right? They just jump onto trends.
Ah, yes, the classic Harman defense of everyone's a shill, everyone is wrong, YouTubers can't be trusted, except me, baby bitch boy Harman, because I speak the truth. Right, Harman? It can't possibly be that the game is surprisingly solid for an early access title and is simply fun. Did you forget the reason we play video games to begin with, Harman? And if YouTubers are simply talking about the game to hop on the trends, as if following the algorithm is a bad thing when it comes to content creation, then what is it exactly you think you're doing by talking about it? If it's irrelevant, because I just know you're going to say that soon, then why even bring it up? If it's easily forgotten, why did you make a 9-minute video tarding out about it in addition to a live stream prior? The hypocrisy is astounding, to the point where I'm left wondering exactly who at Nintendo was sucking you off so vigorously to have you defend them so aggressively. But hey, another topic for another day, I guess.
Right? So with that in mind, with what's been going on, like, what can we learn from this, right? What can we learn from this experience? Well, first of all,
if Harman Smith is shitting on a game, chances are it's actually good.
it doesn't seem to be possible to use the same kind of techniques to prop up a game like this.
Techniques? What? Harman, what the fuck are you talking about? People like the game, so they're talking positively about the game. There's no techniques involved. Harman, are these techniques in the studio with us right now?
That the industry uses for Baldur's Gate 3.
Ah, yes, of course, because no one liked Baldur's Gate 3, right? That's why neither me nor any of my friends sunk hundreds of hours into it since release, right? It totally doesn't have anything to do with the fact that it beat out Tears of the Kingdom for Game of the Year, right? Nah, you don't have an agenda to push, nah.
Or whatever, right? Because Overwatch had like a similar kind of like thing where people came out and they tried screaming about, oh man, there are no colorful online shooters in this market. Overwatch is completely unique in this regard. And then meanwhile, like Splatoon came out last year, was better.
Harman? Do you know how old Overwatch is?
He's losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
Also, Splatoon and Overwatch are not the same kind of shooters. That would be like saying, why play Counter-Strike when you can play Battlefield? I mean, you understand, there's a world of difference between a hero shooter like Overwatch and Splatoon. For one, Overwatch was huge back before the devs fucked it beyond all recognition, due to the fact it was Blizzard's first new IP in over 2 decades. 2, it was, at least at the start, extremely fun and addicting to play. And 3, well, let's be honest, the porn. It was the porn. Yeah, people ascended in animation once they got a hold of those character models. Like, is Splatoon 3 better than Overwatch 2? Absolutely. No argument here. I absolutely hate everything they did to the balancing of Overwatch. But Splatoon isn't the replacement for Overwatch because Splatoon is not a hero shooter. It is a multiplayer PvP game designed for kids. If anything, Splatoon is closer to COD than Overwatch because you can create custom loadouts and unique perks compared to Overwatch, where every character has a unified, unique moveset and focuses on DPS, tanking, or healing, depending on the character. Actually, kind of like Paladins. But you're not ready for that conversation yet, Harman.
Was better put together, like remained relevant longer, right? Was more unique and creative and had more interesting characters, right?
I mean, I can name more Overwatch characters than Splatoon characters, so I don't know about that. But then again, I'm talking to the guy who would probably denounce Splatoon if it wasn't a Nintendo game. So expecting an honest opinion out of Harman is like expecting a tiger not to maul you in its enclosure.
Splatoon stomped Overwatch in every single way, shape, and form.
I mean, it quite literally did not, but go off, I guess.
But for the first 10 years, almost, Yeah, about half that long, about 5 years. For the first several years, people were saying the exact opposite.
I'm sorry, am I having a brain aneurysm? Wasn't this video about Palworld? Dear God, your train of thought is more like a train wreck.
Until Overwatch completely fell off a cliff, people were saying Overwatch was this big phenomenon. 40 million players online at once or something like that. It's one of the most popular things ever.
I mean, yes, it literally was. I'm sorry, Harman, but unlike you, the rest of us live in reality and aren't diagnosed with schizophrenia. To pretend Overwatch wasn't a massive success is absolute lunacy, and I swear to God, if the next thing out of your mouth isn't the transition back to Palworld, I'm not only ending the interview, but I'm sticking Larry on you.
Well, if it was so popular, it wouldn't have fallen off the way it did. Okay? I don't understand what's so hard to understand about this. And meanwhile, Splatoon is still going. And to this day, people will try to do this thing that Blizzard made all these mistakes.
Alright, that's it. Get him, Larry. Alright, Larry, that's enough. I think that's going to be it for today. Once again, the second show of the Late Night with Crab Rangoon, and once again, we get an absolute schizo of a guest, so, maybe one day we'll get an actual good guest. Crab can dream. I thank you for coming on the show, Harman, but quite frankly, I wanted to pummel you with a manhole cover about 3 minutes in, so... yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Shortly after this video is up, I'm going to be streaming my first impressions of Enshrouded, so look forward to that. Thank you very much to the developers for granting me a key. As always, to stay up to date on all things Crab, you can follow me on Twitter via the link in the description below. And if you're looking for a way to support the channel, consider becoming a member. For just 99 cents a month, you get access to the community Discord, the Crab Shack, as well as exclusive emails to harass me with live on streams. With all that out of the way, I will see you guys in the next video.